Zoe! What the hell have you done? Stabbing my family's oldest son in the back like that! As his wife, who the hell do you think you are? Because you went and had that affair with another man, my son jumped off the top of a building in order to end his life. I don't want a devilish woman like you coming to his funeral, then I'll be forced to kill you. And don't you even think about coming around looking for whatever money he's left behind after that, because you're not getting a single penny of it. I will never let you get away with what you've done to my family. How could you do this? Wesley, do you have a moment to talk?
Oh, hey, Zoe.
Are you close to getting home to your mom's house?
Well, the thing is, while I was taking the bus home, one of the tires burst, and so we all had to get off and wait for a new bus to come and get us, so we're running a few hours late. I think there's still another 40 minutes left to go now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a lie.
Is that right? I'm sorry that happened to your bus. Hopefully you brought some snacks with you in order to have something to eat while you're waiting.
Thanks. And I had a granola bar in my bag that I ate while waiting outside.
Did you talk with your mom at all about it? I'm sure she was worried that you hadn't made it close to her house yet.
I made sure to send her an email about it. She still hasn't replied to me yet, but I'm assuming around this time she's in the bathtub and doesn't have her phone on her.
I see. By the way, that should mean your mom is still not texting or using any other messaging app like that, right?
That's right. The last time she tried texting with anyone, she got really angry at the keyboard on her phone and broke it. So she's just stuck to doing things like email and calling people. She's really getting up there in age now, so it makes sense why, with all the newer cell phones becoming even more advanced, she's less and less likely to try texting again. If she really did want to try again, she'd be really terrible at it.
That's what I thought.
Why are you asking? What happened?
Well, listen, I got a few strange texts from someone who was trying to act like your mom and was trying to get something from me. The contact was one I've never seen before, but the ID for the number said nothing besides mother-in-law. I just wanted to check with you about it and make sure your mom didn't all of a sudden start texting.
What? In other words, they made it look as though they were my mom and that they were able to text you and everything about me?
I'm sure it's not her, though. Especially because of the things they were telling me about regarding you. Everything made no sense at all. It was almost like some kind of a horror story.
What was it all about?
To you, I'm sure this is going to be something really horrifying to hear.
Well, you wanted to get a better understanding of who it might be, and that's why you're texting me now, right?
Well, yeah. Because it was about something that I need to confirm with you before you get home to your mom.
Then how about you send me screenshots of everything that person said about me, and I can read through it all.
I can do that, but just be very careful as you read it all.
If you're asking me to be careful, it must be a hard read. All right, I'll be careful. Zoe, I read through it all. I see now what you meant by it being pretty horrifying. I sure don't think that I've died or anything unless I've become a ghost and don't know it yet.
Wesley, are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sure, that got my heart racing pretty quickly, but you can tell that whoever this oldest son they're talking about is, they're not me. You might want to just ignore it, to be honest. There's nothing we can do to help whoever that is.
That's what I thought. Having to get so many scary messages like that from someone I don't know has really made me feel a bit sick to my stomach.
Thanks for checking with me about it, but I'm gonna be okay.
No worries, and happy to hear that.
But you should really just block that number, Zoe, or at the very least mute all their message notifications and just ignore them until I come back home tomorrow.
Those are good points. I'll just mute it for now.
Also, refrain from going out for a bit just in case whoever that is targeting you. Tomorrow, I'm going to be driving around a bit in the morning, so at that time, I won't be able to respond to anything from you. My mom and I have a lot of things to take care of before we're ready to take her car and come back home to you.
I'm aware. Luckily, I don't have any plans to go out, and I'll just be chilling at home.
Make sure to lock the doors and windows as well, please, just in case.
Sure thing. Thanks for reminding me. Zoe, not only have you never replied to me since I sent you all those texts, but you never even came back to the house either. Do you have any idea what the hell you've done to my son? And now you're ignoring all these texts from your dead husband's mother of all people? I don't care how much you've been sleeping with another man behind our backs, you are still my son's wife and need to be here. At least do your job one last time as his wife and come here to take care of his parents. I don't know where the hell you're hiding at right now, but you get your ass back here right now. I swear if you don't start replying to me soon, I'll call the police on you and file a formal report saying you were the one that talked my son into killing himself. Then I'll be the least of your concerns while you're being taken away by the police and sent to prison for killing a man. Zoe! Wesley, good morning. I'm sure that you're in the middle of driving right now. When you have a chance to chat, please text me back.
Good morning, Zoe. It'll be another hour or so before I'm back home. We wanted to get some breakfast while we were out, and so we stopped at a restaurant to take a break. Luckily, we took care of most of the paperwork before coming here, so once we're done eating, we'll be ready to come back to the house.
Your mom is with you, right?
Well, of course she is. Did something else happen?
I made sure to mute that person's number, but I forgot to mute calls from them as well. And, well, they were calling me this morning. So I took a look at my phone to see what all they'd said to me since yesterday, and all of it is even worse than before.
Seriously? And I made sure to check with my mom, and she's still not using her phone to text or anything.
Thank God. It's not like any of the messages from this person look anything like the way your mom would text me if she could anyway. By the way, have you told her about this happening?
I did. I showed her all those screenshots of the texts you sent me while explaining what happened. She started to go off about how no one should ever be allowed to talk about me like that or talk to you like that. She was pretty upset, which wasn't surprising at all.
I see. So this must just be someone trying to either scam me right now, or it's someone else's mother.
Hold on a second.
What?
My mom actually took a look at those screenshots again and said that she noticed something about whoever that is' profile picture.
Huh? The profile picture?
The profile picture is... Well, there's something in that picture that my mom remembers seeing once before. She told me that she remembers those exact artificial flowers in the picture from somewhere. Now that I've taken a closer look, I kind of remember seeing those flowers somewhere myself.
Then there's a chance that this person is someone both you and your mom know?
Anyway, we're gonna finish our breakfast here, and then we'll be heading back to my mom's house. Then I'll make the trip back to you.
All right, I'll be waiting for you.
Zoe! I remembered where those artificial flowers are from.
What? Wesley? What do you remember about the flowers? Aren't you supposed to be in the middle of work, by the way?
I've remembered something critical about them. I know where that house is with those flowers and everything.
Wait, whose house is it?
That would be your ex-husband's house, I believe.
What?
And what I should be saying is that house belonged to his parents before they moved out. They should be long gone now, so there must be a new family living there now.
That's right. You and Kyle are coworkers, aren't you? And now that I really think back, the way I first ran into you was when I was out with Kyle and he introduced me to you saying you were a good friend of his.
That's right. I learned that back when he was only in second grade, his parents got a divorce and he was forced to move with his mom into her parents' house. And he was living there up until he graduated from high school. My mom and his were good friends back then, so I would always go over to that house with her so that she could talk with his mom for hours.
So that's where you remember those fake flowers from then.
I'm sure you know what ended up happening later on, right? 8 years ago, his mom ended up getting into a lot of debt after borrowing so much money, and that led to Kyle and her getting into a lot of fights, and then him cutting ties to her.
Yeah, and that's why when I started to date him and eventually married him, I'd never seen his mother.
I'm starting to see what might be going on here.
What?
I mean, you got that message from the person saying you went and had an affair, and that led to her son jumping off a building and killing himself, right? And then they sent you some things about not wanting you at the funeral. If there was really a funeral being held for Kyle, then I would have heard about his death through work and through some of our friends from back in the day.
Good point. So this really is a scam then, right?
Most likely, but I want to check on one more thing with one of my friends.
All right, please do. Zoe, you cut that crap out right now and reply to me. How many times do I have to ask you all of this before you actually comply? Ignoring your own husband's mother of all people. I'm about to dial 911 right now and tell them that I found the person behind my son's death. The one that would really like for the other to cut the crap out right now is me. So, you're finally replying to me now, Zoe. And the first thing you're going to say to me is that? Those parents of yours that raised you really did an awful job raising a respectable wife. Right now, my mother-in-law is sitting right next to me laughing her ass off over all this crap you keep trying to pull. Now, who the hell are you? And don't tell me that you're my mother-in-law, because you're not. Huh? Sitting next to you? And my husband is with me right now as well. In other words, I knew that you weren't my mother-in-law a long time ago, so there's no trying to fool me here. And as for the police, I've already called them and told them that your number is a scam number and that they can start to investigate at any time now. What? What are you going on about right now? If this helps you understand things any better, my mother-in-law moved in with us a few days ago. And right now, we're drinking some tea out on the patio. Huh? So, both your mother-in-law and your husband are together with you right now? My mother-in-law was living by herself for some time, but after my husband and I bought a brand new place that is much larger and has a guest bedroom, we've decided to have her come and live with us. Huh? Oh, you're really sleep-talking now, aren't you? We live in an apartment. We're having to rent this place. Now you shut the hell up and listen to me. All right, so you are just a stupid little scammer. If you'd really like for me to call you by the name you deserve, then I'll call you my ex-mother-in-law. Does that work for you? Huh? Your ex? You're Ivy, correct? The mother of my ex-husband, Kyle? You're telling me that Kyle is your ex-husband? Zoe, you're already married to another man now? Who the hell are you with now? I will never tell you that information. You tell me who they are right now. Who the hell would tell a complete stranger private information about their family like that? You shut your damn mouth and tell me who he is right now. No. All you are is a nuisance, and on top of that, a scammer. I don't have the patience anymore to put up with your attitude now, so please just stop talking to me. I'll be going now. Zoe, I want you to pay me a settlement of $100,000 for having that affair while married to my son. Since Kyle is no longer with us, thanks to you, I'll be the one taking that money in his place. I'll send you all the bank information for my account after this, so make sure that the money gets into it by Friday next week, please. I will only allow you to pay me that $100,000 in one lump sum. Now pay up! Zoe, where the hell hell is that settlement? I'm talking about that $100,000 you owe me. So you haven't learned to shut the hell up then? I told you that today was the deadline for you to have that money sent into my bank account, right? And what's the reason you want me to send you that money for again? Are you telling me you're not listening to the mother of the man you killed after you went and had an affair with another man? Here's the thing, though. I haven't been his wife for years now, so stop calling me such and go screw yourself. I know that already, but that doesn't mean you never went and had an affair while married to my son. I never did, though. Huh? But you just told me last week that you went and married the man you were cheating on my son with. I will not allow you to backtrack here saying that you never ever married that man. The man who is my husband now is a man that I started to date and then married 1 year after I had divorced Kyle. And if you want to know something else, that divorce between Kyle and I took place 5 years ago now. What? The reason we got divorced? We both had different ideas about the kind of family we wanted to have, as well as the kind of future we wanted to have with one another, making it too difficult for us to live with one another. Neither one of us blamed the other, and when we got the divorce, we made sure to split our properties fair and square, and then never talked to one another again. Huh? So you're telling me for the past 5 years you never knew about him and I getting a divorce? Wait, but Kyle... Because his wife was sleeping with another man. He took his life after jumping off a building downtown. No, he didn't. Kyle is still very much alive right now. Huh? By the way, the only accident I ever remember him having was a broken leg, and that wasn't even from falling off a building. Huh? Now, you listen to me right now, Ivy. It has been 8 years now since your son went and cut you out of his life for good. I understand that he's living far away from the rest of us right now, and that it may be very difficult for you to get accurate news about him. But what you call him falling off a building and killing himself wasn't really that at all. He was just at work one day eating lunch, and after his break was over with, he went to go back down the stairs to his desk. And as he was about to descend, he tripped and fell down 2 flights of stairs without stopping. What? Is that what happened? He also did get cheated on by his wife at some point, but that some point was around a year ago, and they are not divorced. In other words, your threats against me after claiming I was the one that made him kill himself isn't going to fly at all. Right. There is something very crucial that I just said there, and I will repeat it one more time. It was Kyle's second wife who had an affair and cheated on him, not me. What? And not a single person at the moment has heard anything about him having a funeral now, right? I just assumed that I never heard anything about the funeral because he had cut ties to me so long ago and nobody wanted me to go. Is that what you assumed? Anyway, all of the things we found out on our end have been relayed to you for your sake. Which now means that from now on, there is no reason for you to ever be bothering me with any of your crap ever again, right? Well, hold on a second. About that $100,000. Have you even been listening to what I said? I divorced Kyle 5 years ago, and we never wanted to get a settlement from one another. And that happened after he had cut ties to you, so you don't get to have a part in any of his affairs anyway. So shut the hell up about some BS settlement for $100,000 and go screw yourself, Ivy. I am in extreme debt right now. Extreme debt, huh? I'm in debt $50,000 right now to a male prostitute. You're in debt $50,000, yet you were threatening me for $100,000? Why is that? I wanted to have more money in order to be able to afford him and not go into debt. Is that right? Are you going to help me? You understand as a woman yourself, wanting to have all your pleasures met by a man that knows what he's doing, right? Screw off. What? Such a disgusting bitch. Zoe! With all that having been said, goodbye forever. No way, wait a second. Oh, please just give me $100,000. That's all I'll ever ask from you. And with all of that having ended, it turns out that the scammer who was yelling at me and blaming me for cheating and killing her son was just my ex's mother of all people trying to scam me out of my money. Word about this soon made it to Kyle himself, so he went around telling everyone he knew not to ever talk to her, and block her number immediately if she tried to reach out to them. And the reason why Ivy was ever able to get my new number in the first place was because of some uncle of Kyle's that just so happened to know it and let her have it. I made sure to tell Kyle about that, and Kyle went to his uncle and cussed him out for doing such a ridiculous thing to me. From now on, there really shouldn't be any more trouble for me regarding that family and all their BS. Now, as for Ivy and that $100,000 she was trying to scam me out of in order to afford that male prostitute she was with, the pimp of said prostitute found out that she was already in debt $50,000 and wouldn't be able to afford that man anymore. So he cut her off from him and told her to leave them alone. She was later not able to pay her apartment's rent, and a week after that, notice came from her landlord and she was forcibly removed by the police. From what I've heard about her through some rumors, she had to start working as a prostitute herself, and apparently is living with her pimp who treats her horribly. I'm pretty sure there's never going to be another day in her life that will be easy for her, but that's what scamming assholes like her kind of deserve. A year has gone by now since those events took place, and Ivy started having to work as a prostitute in her old age. I saw in the news that some sort of a serious problem ended up happening, and she became the victim of a very disturbing crime. What the police and the news reporter both said is that due to her old age and everything, she wasn't doing too well finding men who would pay to sleep with her. And so she got into this cycle of using whatever money she made on things like plastic surgery instead of paying off her debts. She ended up going all the way to Mexico for a surgery that was said to be really cheap and would allow her to get the breasts of a young woman back, which did happen. And for about a week or two after coming back to the US, she was doing really well and lots of men were starting to pay for her services. But after that, her health severely deteriorated. She was found to have developed breast cancer not too long after she started to feel ill, but instead of helping her get treatment for it, her pimp tossed her on the streets. And she was forced to fend for herself. However, without her line of work making her any more money, she was really not able to pay off her debt anymore, and soon the loan shark that she really pissed off found her. The police report states that all they found was her deceased body in the back alley downtown somewhere, and that they're actively searching for said loan shark, but don't have any leads. I called Kyle to see what he thought about all of that after seeing the news, but all he said was that she got what she deserved, and sadly, I believe the same thing. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, I'm going out. I'll be back at night.
Oh, are you gonna eat outside?
Well, duh. I said I'm going out. You got a problem with that?
What? No, but it's just that you've been eating out a lot lately. It's like the 4th time this week.
So? What's it to ya, huh? Why do you care, Rob? What? I can't go out to eat because I'm a housewife? Is that it?
What? No. Why are you so defensive? But you've been going out a lot lately. You don't even cook for me anymore. You don't clean or do the laundry either. Did you do the laundry today?
Nope. I told you I was busy. Just do it yourself.
What? But I got work. It'll be dark by the time I get back. I left you a note. I told you I need that shirt by tomorrow. Wait, you were sleeping this whole time?
Yeah, so what? I was tired, okay? And why are you barking orders at me? You're a grown man. Take care of it yourself. You're not a kid anymore, and I'm not your mom.
What? Are you serious right now? I've been doing everything around the house. I do the laundry in the morning, I make breakfast and lunch for myself, I clean the bathtub and take out the trash, then I go grocery shopping on my way home. This is supposed to be your job.
So what? You want a medal or something? Give me a break. Stop acting all high and mighty, okay?
What did you do today, huh? You just woke up. You haven't done anything. Then you tell me you're going out to dinner with your friends? I mean, come on. You're a housewife. You're supposed to do things around the house.
What? How dare you? I do lots of things around the house. And I quit my job for you too. But all you do is complain.
What? You hated your job. You quit your job the day after I proposed to you. You didn't even say anything to me. And it's not like you're doing any housework anyways. You can start working again if you want. Be my guest. You're spending a lot of money, so it would help.
What? It's not my fault you make shit money. Don't put this on me. You can't even provide for me. Why don't you get a second job or something?
If we both worked, maybe, but you don't do anything around the house. All you do is spend money. So why should I work longer hours for you? I've been doing everything lately. It's pretty tiring, you know. Can you please do some housework? Please?
Fine, yeah, sure. It's all my fault. You know what? If you got a problem with me, let's get a divorce.
What? I wasn't saying that.
All you ever do is complain. I'm not your slave, okay? Why can't I go out to dinner every once in a while?
Settle down. And what do you mean every once in a while? You go out like 5 days a week. And you're always buying clothes and stuff. You're wasting money. I work long and hard to provide for us. I need you to do your part too.
Ugh, you're so annoying. I want a divorce. 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 I'm gonna go get the divorce papers right now.
Ah! Why are you like this? You threatening me or something?
I'm serious. I'm gonna sign the papers and leave it on the table. Sign it when you get home.
Lisa, stop messing around.
I'm serious. You'll see. Goodbye.
Lisa!
Morning. Did you think about what I said? If you want to apologize, I'm all ears.
It's 3 p.m. already. You just woke up? Whatever. And why would I apologize to you?
You get the divorce papers? I signed it and everything. I left it on the table last night. Did you take it with you? Let me guess, you threw it out. I knew you'd chicken out. I hope you learned your lesson. Don't ever talk back to me like that again. You can apologize to me when you get home tonight. Oh, I want some cake too. Grab one on your way home.
Oh, about the divorce papers. I handed them in. I went to the city office this morning. It's done.
What? Wait, you handed it in?
Yeah, I told my company about it too. I got a new bank account and everything. And I gave them back your insurance card. We can talk about the money later. The house is under my name, so get your stuff and leave. Otherwise, I'm gonna throw everything out. I already called your parents too.
Hold on, are you serious? Stop kidding around! What the hell?
You're the one that wanted to get a divorce. You said you were serious, so I thought about it and I realized I wanted a divorce too. You never do anything. All you do is spend money. And you're so short-tempered. Then you threaten me? What did you think was gonna happen?
What? How could you do this to me? I never agreed to this. You tricked me. Get the divorce papers back now.
After everything you did to me, it's too late. And I can't just take the papers back. It's done, okay? I guess you should have gotten up earlier.
Then we'll just get married again. This is wrong.
How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna get my signature? I'm not signing anything.
Screw you. I'm going to forge your signature. I'm going to city office right now.
It's no use. I thought you might say something like that, so I warned the people at the city office about you. They'll never fall for it. Too bad.
What the hell? Fine. Whatever, screw you. You better give me all of your savings, though. And I want the house, too. You get out.
That's a good one. We didn't have a mutual account, so there's no money for you to take. I guess you gotta make do with whatever money you have saved up in your own account. But wait! You don't have any savings, do you? Sucks for you. And like I said, the house is under my name, so... I'm also suing you for damages. I know about Matt.
What? How did you...
I've been thinking about divorce for a while now. So I looked into you, where you were going, who you were with. That's when I found out about Matt. So that's why you were out all the time. How much money did you spend on him, huh? Hundreds? Thousands?
This is an invasion of my privacy! You're a stalker! I'm gonna sue you!
Go ahead. I've got more than enough evidence against you. Try me. And all the money you took from my account? I want it all back. Every single dime. Plus, you've got to pay for damages, too. I want it in cash, up front. You'll probably try to run away, so I guess you should talk to your parents or something. Or better yet, ask your boyfriend for help.
Wait, what? Wait, he's still in college! He's still a kid! Leave him out of this!
What? He's 20 years old. He's a grown man. He's gonna pay for what he did.
Hold on, wait! Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'll do things around the house from now on, okay? So please, can we drop this?
You don't get it, do you? It's over, okay? You still owe me money, but other than that, we're done. Talk to my lawyer from now on. I'll send his contact info later. If you want to talk, contact my lawyer.
What? No! Look, I'm sorry! Just come home, okay?
You really expect me to come home? Pack your things and get out! I'm gonna stay at a hotel or something. I'll give you a few days. If you're not out by the end of the week, I'm gonna force you out. We're done. I never want to see you again. Bye. A few months later, the divorce was finalized. I sued them both for damages and they paid me in full. Well, it was actually their parents who paid me, but whatever. Lisa didn't leave the house for a while. She even came to my office to try and talk to me. But her parents came and took her away, thank goodness. They promised me she'll never bother me again. I heard she works at some factory now, paying off her debt to her parents.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
I need you to pick up! This is an emergency!
What do you need now?
Bella disappeared! I was gone grocery shopping, and when I came back, she was gone! Along with all her other stuff!
I made Haley go pick her sister up.
What?
I heard from Bella that you hadn't been working since you left for New York. You were living off of all the savings you had left, but you still couldn't afford to pay for much longer. So you made Bella work, even though it was forbidden at her school. She was caught right away and got expelled. That's the reason she stopped going to school altogether, isn't it?
I can explain.
Haley felt that it was dangerous to keep Bella near you for any longer, so she told me she wanted to go get her. Apparently, the two are going to work hard together over at Haley's new apartment near her university.
How could you do that?
By the way, I've also been moved to somewhere pretty close to where they're going, so I've already finished moving in.
How could you people leave me like this?
And if it wasn't obvious enough, no. I'm not telling you where neither I nor the two girls are currently living.
What's gonna happen to me then?
You can just work and make a living on your own. It isn't that complicated.
Wait,
Alright, see ya!
I said wait!
After that, I heard Gabriella went back to live with her parents. But apparently, she found their house to be sold already, and her parents had already moved into a daycare center nearby. A new family was living at what used to be her house, and she started yelling, "Where are my parents?" Which led her to get the police called on them for her. Since the rumor spread so quickly on the countryside, she soon became unable to live near her old house. So she left for somewhere else, and no one has seen her since. On the other hand, Bella started going to an online high school from home after being saved by her sister Haley. She says she wants to become an engineer when she grows up, so she's planning on studying that field once she graduates from high school. Even though my two precious daughters were mistreated by their selfish mother, I'm glad they're growing to be bold and wise. As a proud father, I'll continue to give them all my love and support.
Jessica? Jessica, I need you to answer right now. Please, Jessica. Come on, answer already.
Oh, it's you. Do you need something?
Hey, you don't have to be obviously salty like that.
I mean, I am salty towards you, so. What do you want? I don't have time for this.
A about the reunion that we just left earlier? You were talking with Steven the whole time, weren't you?
Huh? Steven?
I mean, I guess you look a bit better than you used to back in high school, but I really don't think you've become enough of a lady to have a guy like him even give a look at you. You really shouldn't get ahead of yourself, you know? Go look in the mirror first.
I don't have any intentions towards Steven. If anything, I was creeped out of the way he was just following me around the whole time during the reunion.
What did you just say? There's no way that's true. Look, Jessica. Steven was the best looking guy in our whole grade back in high school. Now he's grown up even more. Even more. And he's also the son of a CEO at a really famous company. Everyone wants him. A musty, crusty introvert like you is literally no match for his elite, handsome, untouchable self.
I really don't care what you think, Sarah, but I have no feelings whatsoever towards Steven.
Whoa, you're scaring me. You're trying to make me lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? Of course, I get that you wouldn't want to just let go of the chance of getting close to him, even though all of that is just in your mind.
I really have no feelings for him.
Whatever. I see through that big head of yours. Everything.
You know what? Actually, I'm already married, so I'm not interested in Steven.
What? You're joking. Are you imagining things? Do you really believe that you're married with him already?
What?
Wow, I guess you're either hypnotized or crazy or something. You terrify me, Jessica.
Wait, no.
How scary.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll be sure to tell Steven to watch out for this stalker weirdo lady who believes that she's married to him.
You know what? Whatever. Do what you want. There's no point in talking to you.
Hey, Jess. It's been a while since the class reunion. I have a very important announcement to make to you.
Sarah? Yeah.
Oh, come on. Give me a better reaction.
I get tired just by texting you.
You're so funny. Whatever. Oh, yeah. You really surprised me.
What?
I didn't know you two were actually dating. You and Steven.
What?
I told Steven about the stalker thing, and then he told me that you two secretly started dating after the class reunion. I was in utter shock. My mouth was wide open for a good 30 seconds.
I never said it was Steven that I was dating when we were texting each other after the reunion. Me and him have never been like that. Ever.
Oh, you don't need to give me lies like that.
What do you mean, lies? As I told you before, I'm already married.
Good for you! It means you love him so much that you're imagining marrying him. That's adorable.
My husband isn't Steven.
Just like last time, you're trying to lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? I can't believe you're using the exact same move as last time, even though it didn't work. You're so dumb.
I've been telling the truth.
Whatever, that wasn't why I texted you anyways. I wanted to surprise you big time for something. It might be a bit of an unpleasant surprise for you, though.
What is it?
Haven't you been getting ignored by Steven lately?
What? I guess. He was annoying me forever, but it stopped about 2 months ago.
What do you mean, annoying? You don't have to try and act like he was completely into you or something.
How did that sentence get processed in your mind like that?
Have you not realized that you've been dumped by Steven?
What?
I mean, 2 months ago is just the same timing.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting married with Steven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I became romantic with each other about exactly 2 months ago. I told him that I'd date him if he quit texting you, and he really did that for me. So I decided to go with it, and now he proposed to me. OMG, I'm too loved for my own good.
Good for you.
Tell me how you feel right now, Sarah. Don't you feel defeated? Don't worry, I know you do, loser.
There's not a single reason for me to feel defeated about this.
Whatever, you and I are too different from head to toe.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pretty and have good proportions and outgoing, so of course all the guys want me. I can marry whoever I want, whenever I want, even if I didn't even love the guy. This hasn't changed since we were in high school. On the other hand, you're the type who lives in the shadows. No one even glimpses at you. And now you're even imagining things, which makes you even less attractive through the eyes of any guy. Therefore, no matter what happens, you and I will never be on the same level, and I will always be light years ahead of you in everything. I'm the rabbit, and you're the turtle. Good game. This was all too easy. You're boring me to death.
Yeah, I get it. Good for you.
Oh no, I'm going to be late. Steven and I will be getting officially engaged right now. Well then, that's that. Don't ever stalk Steven again, you weirdo.
I wouldn't want to, even if you made me.
Jessica? Hey, I need you to pick up. Hey, please pick up.
What?
Did you know about this?
About what?
Explain this to me right now.
Explain what you need me to explain.
Obviously about Steven.
Steven?
About his father's business going out of business 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So you did know.
Yeah, my friend used to work there, so I heard through them. To be accurate, I heard it was more like Steven was the one who made his dad's company go out of business.
What? Why?
Apparently, he started a new business plan without any of his dad's permission, and spent a ton of the company's money to make it happen. But it ended up being a big failure. They had too much debt that they couldn't handle, and they went out of business. Ever since then, his dad got addicted to gambling, and their debts grew larger and larger, and his mom got a new boyfriend and disappeared.
What? I knew his parents got divorced, but I didn't know his father was in that kind of state as well.
Apparently so.
What do you mean, apparently so? How could you just watch me get myself into this? Were you trying to get back at me for taking Steven away from you or something?
As I've said countless times before in all our previous conversations, me and Steven were not dating! How many times do I need to tell you?
But you two were practically glued together at the reunion, and you even went home together after that. If you're together that much, then you're basically dating.
As I've said, he was just following me around.
What?
He followed me over to my house, and I had trouble running away from him at the end. Even after the reunion, a rumor about me and him were dating had gone around, and he got my phone number from someone else, and kept texting me every single day, and it was so annoying. But he quit about 2 months ago, and I was finally free from his curse.
Is that really what happened?
How can you still not believe me?
I mean, why would a guy like Steven become obsessed with a crusty girl like you?
Another friend told me about this, but apparently he was after the wealth of my family.
What? Isn't your house just a normal one? Your dad's an office worker, right?
Yes, up until high school. After that, he became the CEO of the company he was working at.
The CEO?
Apparently, my dad was very close to the previous CEO, so he was nominated and chosen to become the second CEO of his company. And apparently, Steven found out about this whole thing. And thought that if he married the daughter of the CEO of the big company, then maybe he would be able to pay back all of his debts.
Debts?
I just said his dad's company went out of business and now they have a bunch of debt. You're his wife. Have you not heard any of this?
I indeed have not. The only reason I married him was because I thought he'd be the next CEO of his father's company. And barely now, I'm finding out he's broke and has debt. He tricked me.
What about you, Sarah? Didn't you hide some things from Stephen in order to make the marriage happen?
What?
A while after we had the class reunion, I heard that you were caught cheating with a married man and were sued by his wife to pay her condolences. I heard that you were in debt of $50,000 because of that, aren't you?
Well...
You're being demanded a higher number than usual because you kept bothering the wife while you took part in the cheating. Judging from the story, didn't you marry into Stephen's house so you could pay off your debts? I mean, you failed miserably, obviously.
How on earth do you know that story to so much detail?
The wife of the man you had a relationship with. She's my husband's cousin.
What?
It's a small world, isn't it?
You've gotta be joking me. Wait a minute. Did you just say husband?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
You're married?
Like everything else, I've told this to you many times.
Wasn't that just you imagining things because you were so madly in love with Steven?
That was just you letting your mind wander off into Fantasyland.
Did you just say Fantasyland? As if to imply that I am the one who's insane?
I mean, it's true.
How dare you?
I just spoke the truth about everything. And you bent the facts and shaped them so you could believe in some fantasy. Even the situation you're in with Stephen right now. Couldn't you have avoided it if you just had listened to me? You really shouldn't listen to people speaking while imagining what you'd want them to say.
Hey.
What? Can you please lend me money? Why on earth would I lend you money?
You're the daughter of a CEO right now. Can't he pay for any of your expenses? I'm sure he'll understand if you explain that a really good friend of yours is in a very dire situation that would decide how the rest of her life goes.
You really don't get anything about this world, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm related to the victim of your cheating scandal right now. Why would I help the person who destroyed the family of my relative?
How could you? Your friend is in dire need right now.
Since when were you my friend, Sarah?
How could you?
You should search that phrase up on Google sometime soon, and then look at yourself in the mirror. There was one last question that was left in my mind. Why did Stephen, who was trying to marry me for my dad's money, end up marrying Sarah, a girl with her own debt? It turns out that Sarah always lathered herself in brand clothing, so simple-minded Stephen thought she was actually rich. But in reality, Sarah was just a broke, unemployed girl with debt. These were the lines that the two spat at each other while finding out about each other's debts. I married you because I thought you had money. Apparently, they haven't gotten a divorce yet. But they've been working from day in to day out without any time to even dress nicely. And now neither of them have any of the looks or attractiveness they used to have when they were young.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.